Here's an update video on the John Deere Z320R. Just finished mowing this evening. Didn't quite need the LED lights at this point yet, but they were on just to try it out. Looks pretty good. Actually, if you'll see in the video, my 10-year-old son was learning how to use it with my wife, and I finished up the hills and the front where we live by a little bit of a busy road. Now we're going to hook up the deck wash system here and wash out the under part of the deck with some water, and then it recommends running the water along with the blades to really get the wash real good, and then blow it out with a leaf blower, which we will do. And then next week or the week after, I'm going to go ahead and change the oil. For the first time, I ordered the John Deere home maintenance kit oil tube here, so we will change that. It'll have the filter, the oil filter, the oil filter's down here, the air filter, which will change back here, as well as the fuel filter change, which will be right down in here. I was reading it recommends somewhere between 5 to 10 hours to do that change, and we have just hit 5 hours on the dot. Most of that is my kids joyriding and doing some mowing. So we're gonna get this washed up. All right, you can see here we have the hose hooked up. I'm gonna get this thing started up. We'll run the blades a little bit. The throttle here. Bright those LEDs are. Again, we're getting to dusk, so don't need them quite yet. Then there's just a simple disconnect of the hose. All right, John Deere does not recommend keeping your mower wet to prevent any rust and corrosion, so we're gonna get our handy dandy DeWalt leaf blower here, blow out underneath the deck and on the top here as well. Get it nice and dry. This guy up here. Not a lot of moisture up there, but this thing mows amazingly. It takes still about 20 minutes, 25 minutes depending. Goes up our hills. We have a bunch of hills. Down over this area is all a hill up to the front of the road. Back there where we took out a bunch of bushes, so it's mostly dirt and weeds. We didn't get it planted with grass yet this season. We got some pretty big hills up over here. Didn't try that, so that hill's pretty steep, so I'll weed whack that. But otherwise, you can see the lines are kind of a little bit wonky, but my 10-year-old was just learning for the first time how to use a zero turn to mow. My wife was helping, you can see in the video. But we washed the deck off. Blew it off with the blower, and now we're gonna probably get my other son, my 8-year-old, wants to go for some joyride, so we'll ride that with him. See how nice and bright those LEDs are. Again, we're getting closer to needing them soon, but they're nice and bright. They can cut the side in case you have to finish mowing towards the end of your day. One thing, again, I think I failed to mention the other video. Unlike other models of John Deere, there's no park brake. The park brake is the controller arms here going on the out position. That is your park brake. So it's real nice. It functions so wonderfully. It turns nice and easy. No problem with power. But again, we'll keep you updated if there's any new changes. And again, tune in next week or week after that for some changing of the fluids. And again, we'll learn it together. but to show you the brightness that these LEDs can get, you can see we're in the garage, which is a little bit on the dark side. Star Wars pun. But there is the LED lights that are on the front and come out the side as well. You can see how they really do illuminate pretty nicely. So you can see what you're doing if you're finishing. You can see your lines that you're mowing on each side if you happen to be getting towards dusk at the end of a long work day. But I wanted you to see just how bright they actually can get. I know it's not exactly super dark yet, but just wanted you to take a look at that.